Today's top news headlines. IAF chopper with CDS Bipin Rawat crashes in Tamil Nadu. Biren assures to fulfill hopes and aspirations of people. And why Joy Kumar hopes NPP will emerge as single largest party. Good evening. Before we move on to the news, a COVID awareness for the general public. We are collectively facing a pandemic threat that is sweeping across the humanity beyond oceans and borders. Considering the seriousness of COVID-19, it's about time we step up against this deadly disease. Maintain a safe distance from others even if they don't appear to be sick. Wear a mask in public, especially indoors or when physical distancing is not possible. Choose open, well-ventilated spaces over closed ones. Clean your hands often. Use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Get vaccinated when it's your turn. Follow local guidelines about vaccination. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. This is Pony Television giving you the latest English bulletin at 6:30. I'm Loving Rimai, now the news in detail. An IAF chopper carrying Chief of Defence Staff Bipin Rawat, his wife and 12 others crashed in Tamil Nadu on Wednesday. The IAF Mi-17 V5 helicopter was airborne from Sulur for Wellington. An IAF Mi-17 V5 helicopter with CDS General Bipin Rawat on board met with an accident today near Kunur, Tamil Nadu. An inquiry has been ordered to ascertain the cause of the accident, the Indian Air Force tweeted. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has informed Prime Minister Narendra Modi about the developments. According to sources, Singh will brief Parliament on the incident tomorrow. Sources say that at least 3 injured people from the crash have been taken to a nearby hospital, but their identities are not confirmed yet. The crash took place in the Nilgiris shortly after the Mi series chopper took off from the army base in Sulur, according to a report in Indian Express. Chief Minister Biren Singh on Wednesday assured to slot in hopes and aspirations of the people of Manipur in BJP's election manifesto to fulfill them. The state assembly polls in Manipur are expected to be held in early 2022. Biren was participating in a program involving public aspiration and party manifesto. Aspiration, he said. The principal objective of the program was to seek people's suggestions and opinions with the aim of including policies in BJP's manifesto to ensure welfare for the people. Addressing the program, BJP Manipur in charge, Dr. Sambit Patra said during Congress regime that state leaders visited Delhi unlike the BJP government, which sends central leaders to the state to serve the people straight. The program was organized by BJP Manifesto Committee. BJP Manipur Pradesh President A. Sarda Devi, BJP Manipur Pradesh Manifesto Committee member MLA Sapam Ranjan, MLA Lorembam Rameshwar and several others were present at the event. BJP Manipur Pradesh Manifesto Committee member MLA Sapam Ranjan, MLA Lorembam Rameshwar and several others were present at the event. BJP Manipur Pradesh Manifesto Committee MLA Sapam Ranjan, MLA Lorembam Rameshwar and several others.
Manifesto na happen ba vote may apuna mo boxing sta thada biyo loina mail ge through the biro when may apil to mail di email sembrai has again miyam gi asa 2022@gmail.com. Capital letter ni ko. Boxing the other people learn to see Canada to Wiraka. Mayam the Piriba want to opinion me on the Loina collection the Wiraka. Manifesto. I'm aware of La Catolico, but I can say here, Grammatical Prazaga, Nick Mapam, Ning, but one is a gay, becomes a gay, to be we walk to Queenie, and what progress Tamaga, we walkers, Karikata Mayamna, High Bosi, Kata Salakana Mayamaki, Mogi, opinions you collect to be doing, other person to box to Porcoini, other Simatamsu, Yam San and Tremani.
Deputy Chief Minister and NPP leader Y. Joy Kumar hoped that his will emerge as a single largest party in the upcoming Manipur polls and to take a crucial role in the government formation. He said NPP is the only regional party originated in Manipur which gets along with all and sundry. He was speaking during a program to welcome intending candidate of Oinam constituency, Irengbam Nalini Devi and others to NPP. The function was held at Mayol Iroisemba Community Hall.
We market discuss over Kanamba candidate and panic power. Munna the site of the why did he and the Pava Kabe Amis actually on the one, but I do a candidate like any winner, we give NPP the other things. I do 120 without the Korea Assembly Penagam. I puzzle so late. I do occasions I quite NPP quite. Yamna claim at least will be the single largest party. That's I have said single largest party will be
Irengbam Nalini said has joined NPP hoping that the party will register a big win in Manipur polls. She said NPP's policy protects the cultural and linguistic identity of all indigenous communities of the Northeast. Nalini said she has trust in NPP's ideology.
NPP haiba party asida join to bonumida asida aina hajitang hajaning bada NPP haiba party asida join to rabadi party asida kaduna mihut orabadi party asigi constitution ki makhada regional ki oiba aigi state ki kari gumba regional ki oiba issue singda yamna thona phana mairong yaba ngamgani haiba dumba wakhal ga loinana iroinana ngasigi party asida join tawjabani kari karam tawraga sakhutpa khungthangda sakhutpada mating pangduna himinaba yadabake haiba adumba policy program da maruoina khananai najaduna aina nupisi damakta angamba honajagani haiba si ngasigi tinbiriba mayang yofamdasu aina phungdoksari.
During the reception program, NPP Manipur Unit General Secretary Organization Sheikh Nurul Hassan assured that the NPP will make efforts to grant the long-pending scheduled tribe status demand to the indigenous Meitei and Meitei Pangal communities, apart from other policies which will be incorporated within the party's manifesto.
State burning issues issue Tampakta Ladiba Mitei Amade Mitei Pangan Furupcha Singasibusu Scheduled Tribe status Panganduna Hills State on top Amadi Central Government Job Cut Scheduled Tribe Reservation Loba Amadi Land Laws Uniform Handuna Kasi Manava Inclusive Oiba State Ama Ohelamba Havana Chingba Singas National People's Party Some so issue in a Torok Lagadoba Amade Quick Manifesto the Yorok Lagadoba.
Meanwhile, former General Secretary of BJP Minority Morcha Imphal East District Mustaqim joined National People's Party NPP. The function was held at the house of Sheikh Nurul Hassan, an intending candidate from Ketrigao constituency. Mustaqim said he has joined NPP because the party will register a bid in the state polls next year. He was satisfied to join the party.
National People's Party support to the Assembly constituency intending candidate Amoina direct when a consultancy the Mata Tawasa NPP the Mata and the Laviva Sida support to Butanatana to the NPP Sadasyama and Marueva Adumaba Pambo Mama when any having a sepa Nungaiba Hazaba Hamzavatana Siviana Samira Pugit Amka Harauta and Oxari Amadi Matam Supagi and a National People's Party Kogi can be Kurima leaders Kurimapu Maru ever died the Luguna Lak Liba Mikalasida own Bahomba Madi Chakotanai Fidam Nangai or the Gauma Madi Manipurama same Nanava Ponamina.
Manipur in the last 24 hours registered 23 fresh coronavirus infections and 0 deaths. The Manipur government COVID-19 Command Control Room said the positivity rate was recorded at 1.5%. With 23 cases, the COVID tally climbed to 1,25,429, while the death toll stood at 1,985. The state COVID-19 Command Control Room in a release also said the new cases were detected from 1,564 samples tested in the past 24 hours. 9 persons were recuperated from the virus in the same hours, the Command Control Room said. Let's take a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Karigumba dom yumda laiba anabasingi hida kappa dressing tauba blood sample loba rice tube hapa catheterization hapa enema tobinaba experience lairaba nurse amati doctor thibada awaba thengnabirabadi wabiraganu Medline Home Nursing Care Service Manipurna pung kunmari chukna adomgi yumda latuna hida kappa injection piba dressing tauba feeding tube hapa catheter hapa amadi makhal kya ge anabasing experience lairaba doctor amadi nursing tuna mating pangzari akupa marol gi damak Medline gi helpline number 9205987988 amukasu 9205987988 ta call tawna tanabiu natraga Google Play Store gi Medline app download tawna booking tawi.
Welcome back after the break. Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur Desam is not happy with the government over the current condition of the Lone Juribam District Hospital, saying the present name of the hospital has created a confusion among the public. Desam Juribam District Council in this regard held a press conference at the council office at Juribam on Wednesday. Alliance President Julashram Bilag's questioned the status of the hospital, asking whether it is a sub-district hospital or a community health center. He demanded the government to upgrade Juribam Hospital to a full-fledged hospital. Bilags pointed out that the pharmacy of the hospital has stopped functioning, thereby creating problem to the residents in getting facilities. He also sought appropriate action against officials of the hospital for laxity in duty.
Koigi leinabay damaktasu haijaningi aduga haribasing asi mari leinabasing nasu akaknaba mideng sangbiduna Juribam asi Imphal mayondagi yamna lapna leiba district ama asida awatpana thallaba hospital asigi watlibasing ase mari leinabasing na akaknaba mideng ama changbiduna hospital asi full-fledged hospital haibado mapung phana district hospital mapung phaba full-fledged district hospital ama ONBU haibase laingaki mari leinabasingda health paibiriba honorable chief minister da appeal tawjari.
International Day of the Girl Child was observed at Advanced Intermediate College, Moirang on Wednesday. During the function, Childline Bishnupur director Dr. Ibo Pishak stated that violence against the girl child is an offense and appealed to all to give the girl child all the love and affection. Advocate W. Lata spoke on the topic Crime Against Women during the program where CWC chairperson P. Premchand and Advanced Intermediate College Moirang Vice Principal H. Dineshwar were also present.
At any cost, Mokoi Sida, Otpiba, Naibiba, Ijat Maganba, Kongao Mahanba, Mokuki and Bakamamba Kuduma say, Malay below the Masia Redabani Haibagi, Magi Government with treaty the sign to Novolina, Adumaba International acceptor Matum adopt Tokiba, Dumaba, girl child, that means equity and equality in the gender perspective. Manabiki Tata. Akubu being Yandaba, Manaba being Yamba, Akubu Tatito in the Tobitobani, Haibagi, Atoba, Wakurogana, Haiba Toba country Mamki, body maps of Pamlaka at Tokiba Dumba, International Science Day or Tokiba Polamani.
Jangmang Haukip, president of Hill Tribal Council Moray, HTC, has announced to contest the Manipur polls next year from 42 Tengnopal constituency, but he has not applied for a party name. He announced the decision at HTC office at Moray on Wednesday. Haukip has been engaging with social work since 1990. His decision to run in the Manipur polls aims to serve the people of Tengnopal and bring development for all communities and bring them at par. All Manipur Elementary School Teachers Association, Amesta Zone 2, has said the Zone 2 now has 2 zonal education officers, ZEOs, creating a tricky situation to the staff and some 2,000 teachers. M. Premchandro was transferred to Zone 2 as ZEO in November last but was refused handing over of charge by the outgoing ZEO, Laishram Mohini Kumar, following which the former took over the charge on his own. This has created a problem to the office and its activities, and Mr. Zone 2 General Secretary Sheikh Sirajuddin Shah told reporters at Manipur Press Club in Imphal. He demanded the authority to sort out the problem to ensure normal functioning of ZEO Zone 2.
Premchandrana self-charge Dora Tabak Puraba, Matam Chida, Sri Mohini Kumar, Dum Office Chida, Masu Jetiwani, Haina, Makoni Puna Pambadagi, Officida, Sarangava, Sayatava, Ujari Singani, Henadeva, Zona City Tabak Punamata, across the Vada, Karamba, Jeti was across the Vada Kandava, Sinasigo, Saranga, Don Tada, Sinji, Hojik Equigi Marueva, Davidi, Manipur government order to the Tabi Riva Jedio said, Magi Masagi, Matose to Handu, Hanareva Jedio, Si Muhini Kumarna, Sarkari order in Laga, Ayatpa, Sanda Pividanava.
Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC Vice President Vidyapati Sanjam has been appointed as MPCC in charge of election, municipality, Nagar, Panchayat, urban affairs, enrollment and training. In an office memorandum released by MPCC General Secretary Admin Hareshwar Goswami, it is said Vidyapati Sanjam has been appointed in view of exigencies of works. Let's take another short break. Stay tuned.
Leiho Kunai Kanba Luptin Lakalgi Mapo Komon Foundation Dega Mari Lainana Pangtok Saba Hayengi Dama Gelhomi Ekoi Pulasi Haiba Wakal Parinda Lakalga Kusam Naduna Chadminariba M Farmers Club Ikal Isak Lipul Amadi Puyana Puthok Saba Leivak Ningba Amadi Matamisai Taramathoika Pongzabagi Tauramama Lakliba Poinu Gitaret Nipanba Irai Numit Ing Kumzali Singaniga Kungamathoi December ki tarik tarada Awang Biosida Leiba Asa Cinema Holda Pangtok Seragani Isai Singasibu Sakpigadaba Saisak Pasingdi Lakshmi Thongram Pinky Saikom Amrika Sorokhaibam Arvin Chingwani. Masida Sunatana to Pasaisak Kayamasu, Miam the Kudol, Tamjagani, Tauromasida, Imol Kodam Pai Kulgi, Kunja Singna, Imol Jagoi, Kimaski, Jagoi Kanglofna, Togo Jagoi Kudol, Tambigani. Hairiba Tauromasida, Iresa Singna Sarugyabiu, Tauromapung Pan View, Yelhomi Gilipul, Chelen View, Haina, Lakalna, Nolukna, Paujinjeri.
Institute of Manipuri Arts, Himagi, acting classes Lakliba December 1st week tagi Hauzaragani. Maramasina, Hauzagadoriba classes Asida, Yaubi Ningba, Pambiba Singna, acting classes ki Anoba batch, Lisinganiga Kunmatoi, Amade Kunitoigi, form submission Toba Yaragani. Akupa Marol Gidamak, Irom Sham Kesor, Tera Tomram Lekai, Amadi, contact number 8787458096 Asida of Hobiro.
Welcome back. The Civil Society Coalition on Human Rights in Manipur and the United Nations CSCHR say that the Chief Minister of Manipur should join the other Northeast Chief Ministers pressing for repeal of AFSPA. The CSCHR then said it joins the condemnation against the indiscriminate shooting down of unarmed coal mine laborers by the armed forces of the Union and subsequent repression of the protesters using lethal weapons, resulting into the death of at least 16 civilians and injuries to a score of others at Oting, Mon District, Nagaland on December 4, 2021. The CSCHR then reminded the government of India of its obligation to not only institute prompt, though independent and impartial investigation, but also for restitution of the losses suffered by the families of the victims caused by the wrongful act of the state. According to the CSCHR, the Oting massacre is not an isolated incident, but it is yet another manifestation of the consistent pattern of atrocities committed by the Indian military deployed under the Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958 in the Northeast region for more than half a century. The All Naga Students Association, Manipur ANSAM, while strongly condemning the Mon District incident, has reminded all the Naga people to stand united, rising upon all the differences at this crucial juncture and walk the most solidarity road to secure justice for all the victims and to achieve our greater goal. In a statement, the ANSAM said that in no uncertain term it strongly condemned the horrific massacre of 15 innocent Naga civilians by the 21 para commandos at Tiru Oting Road, Mon District, Nagaland on December 4, 2021. It also said that such an ugly and cruel war unleashing upon the unarmed civilians is nothing but a state-sponsored terrorism, which is absolutely a gross violation of human rights and unjustifiable. The Naga students' body then said that killing innocent civilians in the pretext of mistaken identity is an unpardonable act of dehumanization. The ANSAM also said that it is deeply anguished and heartbroken on the demise of 15 promising and innocent youth of Konyak Nagas at the prime time of their life in the dreadful tragedy. In the aftermath of the Mon District incidents of Nagaland, the Naga Hoho has submitted a memorandum to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday through the Governor of Nagaland, demanding that the Government of India makes its position clear on Indo-Naga political issue instead of orchestrating its devilish policies against the Naga people. Further, the Naga Hoho demanded immediate judicial investigation into the incidents and culprits be booked. The Naga Hoho memorandum, which was made available to Newmai News Network, also said the Armed Forces Special Powers Act (AFSPA) must be summarily repealed from our land. The Naga Hoho, while expressing that it is extremely saddened by the atrocities committed by the Indian security forces against the innocent Naga villages on December 4 and 5, 2021 at Otting Village and Montown in Nagaland, say the so-called Friends of the Hill People, Assam Rifles, have once again terrorized the public beyond imagination. According to the Naga Ho-Ho Memorandum, the Mon district incidents are not isolated ones. The Naga people have been repeatedly humiliated and insulted without recognizing our rights to life, it added. The Naga Ho-Ho then expressed its anguish over the callous attitude of the government of India towards the appeal of the infamous Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958 (AFSPA) in Naga areas, despite repeated appeals by Naga civil societies and human rights activists. The Liang Mai Naga Council Manipur LNCM, the apex organization of Liang Mai Naga community in the state, observed a Thanksgiving program for declaring Jaga Ngi as a restricted state holiday on October 30. The program was graced by Awangbo Numai, Minister of Forest and Environment, Climate Change and Sericulture, in the presence of Kai Kamang Daimai, retired Director of Tribal Research Institute (TRI) Manipur, and Ko-Jon, President of United Naga Council (UNC), and his colleagues who attended the celebration of Liang Mai community. The program was held on Tuesday at Green Tree Academy, Kanglatongbi Tribal University Road, Makan, under Gangpokpi District. On October 30 of every year, the Liang Mai tribe celebrates Jaga Ngi as one of the biggest festivals. It is a festival of purification or sanctification and rededication of life to God. Jaga Ngi is the biggest and the most important festival of the Liang Mai Naga community, the LNC said. Before we wrap up today's news, the top news headlines once again. IAF chopper with CDS Bipin Rawat crashes in Tamil Nadu. Biren assures to fulfill hopes and aspirations of people. And why Joy Kumar hopes NPP will emerge as single largest party. That is the end of the bulletin of English news at 7. Thank you for watching.